let's say in the beginning it was like, oh, there was a token, and now they go, we'll figure out, we'll put 2 tokens in. Instead of like being like, just tell the fucking true story. Like,
well, exactly.
This is a weird, like, this is my, I'm a bit frustrated with the industry, not the whole industry, but this aspect of the industry where it's like, here's what we'll do. We'll remake a classic story, but we'll twist it. We'll we'll change up the races or whatever. Instead of going, how about we tell those authentic, cool, badass stories?
I think that's where we evolve back to the risk reward factor now.
Yeah, and that's the financial aspect of like, well, we can come up with a whole new character, or
we could just
live action, whatever.
We know what works. I agree. It's finding the right line of like, how do we improve that? How do we, as creative, instill? Unfortunately, there's people in charge with the money to be like, I can make you a lot of money right now. Yeah. Trust me. If you just trust me with this new project. I can't really.
To be fair, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's not, because and I think where a lot of creative people do lack this is a business aspect to this whole venture we're in. I'm not saying I know, but I grew up with my dad who came over here working his arse off in restaurants for the past 20, 30 years and learning the craft of like how to run a business. I mean, I'm Sikh Punjabi. My granddad was a shopkeeper. People know how to run businesses. I have a slight idea to know actually, like, what's the
kind of problems you'd have.
Yeah. For me in general, like, I know how to tap into our markets to get a South Asian audience, and I know how to do that. And if you want me to write if you want me to try and write a TV show and get a group of people together to write a TV show to get a certain percentage of people in, I can do that for you, because I know how to do that. I just need you to trust me to do that. I can probably I don't know, for example, if you want me to write Aladdin 2, I know how to fucking tap that market. Because even having Guy Ritchie direct Aladdin,
I completely
he directed Aladdin, right, for Disney.
Please tell me there's like 2 Cockney side characters are like, you're right, Aladdin, what's happening, mate?
I really can't remember, but I wish they did.
Tell me.
I really wish they did. I enjoyed the film. I liked the film. But it made a billion.
Jafar's just doing coke in the bathroom.
Abu's shooting some guy up in a shop. No, but like, that film alone made $1 billion. And that was just simply because it was a film full of just like brown people and people like me who weren't even interested in it, being like, well, they made Aladdin, let's go see Aladdin. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, listen, you have to admit the community is a strong motivator for most of us.
Yeah,
and especially if you felt like the pride of it, and you finally get to see it, you finally get to see it represented. You're like, yes.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like. It might sound mad to say, a film doesn't necessarily have to be an Oscar-winning masterpiece for that.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
But as long as it reflects a certain community, it was the same effect for that. And it was
sorry to interrupt. No, Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
they just they figure out a different way to bring in another demographic. Like that's what that series is about.
That's what people just want, man. It doesn't matter what percentage of population you are. Doesn't matter. Just fucking add it in. Like, come on, we live in Glasgow, which is a fairly white city.
It's been changing.
Yeah, however, I know it's changing, but like, when you look at friend groups today, my friend group, my best friends I grew up with, I'm still the only South Asian guy. Like I said, we're in the arts, right? We're going to have many different people. Not many people have that. I have friends who are mechanics, lawyers. I mean, necessarily maybe depending on certain, like lawyers, for example, might be different now because, well, again, a lot of people in my background are pushed towards those those certain careers or whatever, doctors and that. But like, there's not many people that you're gonna have who are people with different heritages. There's not, because again, it's just the world we live in. It's not a bad thing,
but it's all changing. And the only reason I know it's changing is based on my Bumble recommendation.
Oh, is that right? What you getting?
I'm just kidding. It's been mixing up a bit more,
Oh yeah.
It's not just the Scottish names I'm seeing now.
Okay, well that's good. what we want, man. Bumble's changed.
Yeah.
We're in the right direction.
That's how I know.
That's how you
Fucking
know.
forefront of the culture, right?
man. Yeah, it's just. What was I going with this? I don't know. Fucking Disney, hire me, my man. I can make you $2 billion, no ball.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's a fascinating thing to watch, and I understand the pushback as well. See, I'm in this weird place where I can understand the pushback. Part of it, not all of it, but part of it when it goes, you're taking the stories that I know and you're changing them.
Yeah.
The simple reason being, I give you 2 examples. The one is they made an Attila the Hun film ages ago with Gerald Butler, who played Attila the Hun, right?
That's how.
Great, dude. We were just happy that someone made a fucking Attila the Hun film. Do you know what I mean? I'm still happy that they made that film.
Yeah.
Right? Hungarians claim a heritage. Some of it is debatable, but like we claim a link to Attila the Hun, right? And the other thing right now they did was The Witcher, and I love The Witcher, and I've loved the books.
Yeah,
played the games.
Yeah.
And they made it, I mean, I don't even mind the main characters, but they made it so American, not even necessarily the cast. The cast is pre-American as well and just Western, but the style of it, and it just lost that Eastern European spirit, and it, as much as it breaks my heart a little bit, you know?
Do you think it looked more like a cosplay thing rather than authentic Eastern European?
Well, they're not a cosplay, it's just... Because like I loved Harry. I was someone who was skeptical in the beginning. I was like, get Mads Mikkelsen to play. That was originally I was that guy, right? But Henry Cavill got me on board, right? But it's just the feeling of it. It was missing that flavor of, you know, if you're gonna go Eastern European, these are people that have been through a lot of shit, right? But they still laugh about it. There's this very specific, like, dark humor, like a fairy tale, a folk tale can be quite gothic and quite brutal, but there's also warmth to them at the same time, you know, like, you know, we live next to Russia, so we had interesting histories, you know?
Of course,
to put it that way. So it just missed that, like, grit. And as much as I love, and I'm happy that it's being made, at least people are talking and, you know, recognizing and celebrating some part of Eastern European culture, but it's missing that. And
well, maybe that's the other thing as well that stems back to like, it's so hard though because Witcher's already written, it's already in a fucking book. Do you know what I mean? So like, sure, the research into that. I can't really speak on that.
No,
I've not watched it in a while, to be honest. I watched it first because I worked with Anya, who plays Yennefer in it, and I think she was incredible.
Oh yeah, no, she was class.
Yeah, I think she was absolutely. I know she had a lot of worries about it being released, but you would though, because you're eventually going to go into this massive Netflix platform with a huge following from the books and games.
Yeah.
But when I sent this is back ages ago, but I sent a text when I watched the first season, and I thought you were incredible.
Oh, you worked with it?
Yeah, she was in Peter Gint.
Oh, class! Yeah. I have a very funny story with her.
We haven't spoken in ages though. I haven't. Hope we will. If you ever listen to this, really do. I just wish nothing but happiness for that, because she's genuinely the sweetest person you'd ever meet. Genuinely, very lovely, very.
I had an audition down in London. It was a in-person recall for a big casting director, and I went in and was already like, "Fuck, this is big leagues now." And I go in, and Anya is right there in the waiting room. And a part of me just went, what? I was like, am I about to do a fucking reading with Anya Charlotte? Luckily that didn't happen, because that would have been a fucking mindfuck.
No, she would be brilliant.
No, she would be brilliant. I would be like, Yennefer.
Yeah.
You know, but I remember going into the audition room, and the casting director was like, hi, Sadis, how's it going? And I'm like, I'm okay, I'm just trying to ignore that just happened.
Yeah, that's really cool though.
But yeah, that was class. And bringing it back to the train of thought that I almost lost. It's like I get the pushback I'm trying to say is because like I can feel that of like I have this story I grew up with, and it's getting changed, and I wish it wasn't. So I can understand why some people kind of go, you know, it's changing the stuff we know.
It's such a complicated dynamic because once you enter realms like I'm only talking from an outside perspective, looking in and trying to think it as like if I was a producer or whatever, but when you work for platforms like Netflix and Amazon and you trying to Hulu and trying to make original art, even though you have an international audience. You don't have a specific audience. You have an international audience.
Yeah, and it becomes
you
this
have
weird
to
thing.
be like, how the fuck do we appeal this globally? Because it's easier for films, I think. Because films, you kind of understand where you're going to walk into. Like, for me, well, I went to watch Avatar 2, right, in India, and it was in Hindi. And I was like, of course it's going to be dubbed in Hindi. I mean, it may look odd for me, but it's fine for people watching it in here because that's what they want to watch.
And you're used to it.
But with Netflix, because it is a streaming platform, they're probably just like, we are going to have to incorporate everything for anyone in this world.
Yeah, this is
which
is this weird thing
will
that's
have an
happening
effect
now.
on the source material.
100% is this weird thing that's happening. It's quite new. The world is becoming a smaller place, and that means that, like, if you're, as you said, if you're a streamer that's being streamed all over the world, you don't have a primary market necessarily, and then you're spreading it out. You might say my primary market might be abroad. There's the whole thing of the global majority, and you're having things that are made in the UK, but they're not made for the UK audience in mind first of all. In a weird way, or I don't know, but it's like there's so many moving factors.
Mate, it's such a weird realm.
I just wish they told a fucking fantastic story.
Yeah,